Hi guys, pugizimo here, bringing you a Cinema 4D tutorial on how to create 3D text. Now, I would like to apologise in advance for the bad microphone quality, and I'm sorry for that. And I was just going to wait to do this, to do more commentaries, when I got a new microphone, but that's going to be until Christmas, and I wanted to do one before, so I've had to pick out my old microphone, and the quality isn't amazing, but it's not too bad to be honest, but I'm just going to apologise for that in advance. So today we're gonna learn how to make 3D text. Now there are two ways of doing this. There are the a lot easier way that does it all for you pretty much, and that you can do that by going MoGraph and then Mo text, and that makes it 3D for you as standard. But you can't really do much with it apart from that. So we're gonna do it a different way, and you can do this by clicking the tool next to the shape tool thing. I'm not too sure what it's called. It looks like a back to front S, so just want to click and hold that down, and then hover over text and let go, and then I'll insert text. Now before we edit it, we're just going to make sure that at the bottom here where it says align, you make sure that's on the middle, because when you rotate the screen, it will always rotate around the middle. If it's to the left, it will always rotate around the middle of the document, and if your text is to the right of the document, or to the left, or whatever, it's going to rotate and it'll be weird. Alright, so where it says text, it'll come up text as standard. You can change what appears, and I'm just going to put in caps tutorial, because this is tutorial and that's what everybody does. Alright, and I'm just going to choose as for the font, I don't know, Bebas New, I don't know how you say it, but that's quite a nice font. Okay, and that's pretty much it for the text, but as you can see, that's just the basic text and it's not actually 3D. What I'm going to do now, by the way, if you want to rotate, there's a little tool here, and if you hold it down, that's what you rotate with. The left hand tool's movement, and the tool between them is a zoom. If you move your mouse left and right, that'll be your zoom, or you can just use the mouse scroll. Okay, so that's just your basic text, and we're going to want to make that 3D. And we can do this by selecting the NURBS tool, which was by the tool that we used to get the text in. Hold that down and select extrude NURBS. And that has put two separate things in our little library area here. So to make it 3D, we're going to have to combine these together, and we can do that by selecting and holding the text and putting it into the extrude NURBS. However, I will say now, if you do this the other way around by putting the extrude NURBS into the text will not become 3D. So just make sure you do it the right way. So I'm just going to undo that. There we go. And as you can see now, if we rotate around, this has made the text 3D, but as of now, it doesn't look very good. And by the way, when you want to edit the 3D aspect of the text, always use the extrude NURBS, not the text, because all the options that you're about to see won't appear. So you can go and minimise that, and so you don't get mixed up between which one you're using. When you click the extrude NURBS, it should automatically become on the object tab down here in the under attributes. If it's not, just go ahead and select object. Now where it says movement, the last one across is the depth, and that should standard be on 20. And just for the tutorial, I'm going to make that 80. Obviously you can change it to whatever you want, but for the tutorial I'm just going to make that 80. And I will say, by the way, because like all these little tabs and things are small, I would suggest watching this in 720p and in full screen, because it does help a lot, because you're able to see everything a lot more clearly. Okay, so that's made the text look a little bit better because it's more 3D. But I'm going to do another tutorial on proper lights, but when you add lights, it won't reflect at all. So we're going to go, to make it look more reflective, we're going to add a beveled edge, and we can do that by selecting back on the extrude NURBS. Where it says object, if you go right a tab to caps, we'll be able to edit this. So this is like caps and rounding or a beveled edge. So where it says start and end, you'll come up automatically as cap, and we want to change that to fillet cap, and the end cap is fillet cap also. And this is add your basic beveled edge to, if you rotate around, to the front and back of the text. Now I like to put that to around, in fact with this text we'll just leave on 5. So the radius is just pretty much the size of the bevel. I'm just gonna leave it on 5 for now. And then that text is, well, ignore the fact that it hasn't got colours on, it looks alright. But we're going to make it look nicer. So you could only really do this amount with the MoGraph, but to make it look nicer, we're going to add something else, and we can do this by selecting the extrude NURBS, hold down Control, and drag and pull down and drop, and that'll duplicate it. By the way, guys, if I am going a bit too quick for you, don't be afraid to pause the video and catch up. And as you can see now, you'll have 2 copies of what you've made. Now what we're going to do is select the top copy, and where it says caps, we're going to increase the start and end radius of those caps to around 10. So double it, really. Just double whatever it was before. And as you can see, that makes the beveled edge a lot bigger. But it hides, it like swallows up the original text, and we don't want that because it won't be able to have the effect. So we're going to make sure we can see both of them by halving the depth. So we go back onto the object tab, and where it says movement, the far right, we go ahead and change that to half of what it was. So in this case it's 40. And as you can see, if we rotate round now, that we have one text with a slightly beveled edge and another text that's half the size but with a greater beveled edge. Now what we're going to do, the one with the greater beveled edge, we're going to want to move into the middle of the text, and we can do this by selecting the move tool up here and clicking and holding the arrows and dragging it across, and then put that roughly in the middle. And as you can see now, if we rotate back round to the front, that's giving quite a nice text effect. Now of course at the moment, if we choose the quick render view, which is this like movie thing here, that it looks grey, and we don't want that. We're going to make it look colourful. So we're going to make a new material by going to Materials tab down here, go to File, New Material, and then you'll see a material pop up in here. We're going to double click that, and that'll bring up the material editor. Now straight away we're going to change the colour, so click colour. It should automatically be checked. I'm just going to leave that checked. Then on colour, we're going to change it to whatever you want. I'm going to make it into a blue colour, so I don't know, that looks alright. As you can see, I've made it blue, but at the moment it's almost got a matte finish to it. So we're going to change that by where it says reflection. Make sure you check the box next to reflection, just like the box around colour was checked, and that will add a reflection to it. And as you can see at the moment, that's completely overwhelmed colour. And to turn the intensity down of the reflection, we want to go over to brightness and turn that down, I don't know, to around about 20%. And also you can change the colour of the reflection, so you can change it to red, and that will give a like a red tint to the reflection, but I'm just going to leave it on white. And also, if you turn off the specular, so you go to specular and uncheck the tick, that just makes it look. I think personally it makes it look a little bit better. Also as well, if you go back on reflection, where it says texture, if you click the arrow and then go ahead and click for now, that just adds more realistic. It adds like a linear gradient to it, but it makes it look more realistic in my opinion. You don't have to do this, but I think it does look a lot more realistic. Now you can X off that, and you'll have a quite, pretty basic but still quite good looking texture there. Now what we're going to do is duplicate that, because we want this tutorial text to have 2 colours. And you can either press Ctrl C or Ctrl V, or you can press Ctrl and drag it across and let go, just like we did over here when duplicating the NURBS. And then as you can see now, that's duplicated the materials. So we're going to open up one of the materials and go on to colour, and where it says colour, we're going to change that to, well, I want a black colour. But bear in mind guys, if you are going to have a black colour, that you don't do it black, you do it just slightly grey, otherwise it won't be reflective. And as you can see now, we have 2 colours. Now to apply these colours, we can simply drag and drop them onto the text, or go up to the little library area here and drag them onto the NURBS directly. As you can see, that's made the text into 2 colours, and if you do a quick render view, that text looks alright. Now I will say, you can add lighting to this, and it will look a lot better and shinier, but it's going to take a long time to explain how to do it properly, and I think I'm going to say that for another tutorial. But that's how you make a basic 3D text. I hope this tutorial has helped you. If it has, please leave a thumbs up and comment, and maybe even a sub for more tutorials. Hope you enjoyed it guys, and that's it. Pugizimo out.